July 11th, 1979. 2 in the afternoon, Dadeland Mall, Miami. A white delivery van pulls up to the Crown Liquor Store. It's got Guerra custom landscaping painted on the side. But these guys aren't here to trim hedges. 2 gunmen step out carrying submachine guns. In broad daylight, they spray 60 rounds into that store. Their targets are dead in under 30 seconds. This wasn't a shootout. This was a hostile takeover. Before that day, Miami was a sleepy retirement town. After it, murder capital of the world. And the whole thing was orchestrated by a 4'11" woman from Medellín. Her name was Griselda Blanco. She didn't just sell drugs. She built the logistics network that made the cartels possible. She was the first person to look at cocaine and think, this is a luxury good with insane margins. And she ran her operation like a startup. To understand how she conquered America, you've got to look at the math. In the early 70s, the drug trade was a mess. Most dealers moved weed, and bulk marijuana? It's heavy, it stinks, and the margins are garbage. Griselda looked at that and saw something better. Cocaine was light, it was expensive, and in New York City, demand was going through the roof. But here's the problem. How do you move 300 kilos past U.S. customs? Most smugglers hid product in suitcases. Customs agents knew every trick in the book. So Griselda got creative. She bought a lingerie factory in Colombia. She didn't care about selling underwear. She wanted to engineer what I'd call technical clothing. She hired seamstresses to sew hidden lead-lined pockets into bras and girdles. Then she recruited young women who looked like innocent tourists. These mules could carry 2 kilos of powder directly on their bodies. At $50,000 a kilo, one woman was a walking $100,000 asset. That was her edge. She completely bypassed traditional ports of entry. By 1975, she's moving 1,500 pounds of cocaine a month into Queens. She's running a multi-million-dollar import operation, and she hasn't even met Pablo Escobar yet. Then in '75, the DEA launches Operation 22. They indict Griselda and 30 of her people. She flees back to Colombia, but she doesn't stop working. She realized New York was getting crowded. Too many competitors, too much heat from police. She needed fresh territory. She looked south to Miami. Late 70s, Miami was a smuggler's dream. Thousands of miles of unmonitored coastline. A massive banking sector with basically zero oversight. And it's only 1,100 miles from the labs in Medellín. Griselda came back to Florida with a whole new playbook. She didn't just want to sell to dealers. She wanted to own everything, the entire last mile of delivery. She started buying up real estate, car dealerships, safe houses. She was building a vertically integrated supply chain from Colombia to your front door. But there was one problem. The old school dealers who already controlled those streets. They liked things the way they were. Griselda decided to remove them, and she didn't use price cuts. She used the motorcycle assassin. Here's the thing. Most gangs did drive-bys with cars, but cars are slow. They get stuck in Miami traffic. They're easy for cops to box in. Griselda's method was the 2-man motorcycle hit. Dead simple. One guy drives, the second guy sits on the back with an Uzi. They pull up to a target's window at a red light, dump a magazine, and accelerate away. A motorcycle can hop sidewalks. It can weave through traffic. It's basically a high-mobility weapons platform. Between 1979 and 1981, Miami saw over 1,500 homicides, most of them traced back to Griselda's crew. If a rival undercut her prices, motorcycles. If a debtor didn't pay, motorcycles. She wasn't just eliminating people, she was eliminating competition. By 1982, she's the undisputed godmother of Miami. Her revenue? An estimated $80 million a month. She was the wealthiest woman in the criminal world. But here's the thing about running loud. Eventually, someone hears you. That Dadeland Mall shooting? It changed everything. It forced the U.S. government to create the CENTAC task force. For the first time, federal agents weren't just chasing the drugs. They were following the money. And Griselda's money had a physical problem. Cash is heavy. $1 million in 20s weighs 110 pounds. Moving 80 million a month requires a massive infrastructure just to handle the paper. The Fed started seizing her cash houses. Her liquidity dried up, and as the money disappeared, her paranoia exploded. She started killing her own employees to avoid paying them. She even ordered the hit on her own husband, Alberto Bravo, that destroyed trust from the inside out. Her top hitman, Jorge Rivi Ayala, eventually flipped. He gave the DEA everything they needed. February 1985, the DIA finds her in a quiet house in Irvine, California. The woman who industrialized the American drug trade, she wasn't in some fortified bunker. She was in bed, reading the Bible. Griselda spent nearly 20 years in federal prison, but she was the first mover. She's the one who taught the Medellín cartel how to scale. She showed Escobar that American security was a speed bump, not a wall. And she proved that a criminal organization could capture an entire American city. In 2004, she was deported back to Colombia, lived quietly in Medellín for 8 years. But the thing she invented, it came back for her. September 3rd, 2012. She's leaving a butcher shop. A man on a motorcycle pulls up to the curb. He uses the exact two-man hit style she pioneered in Miami decades earlier. 2 shots, gone. Griselda Blanco died by the very weapon she created. Her legacy is the modern cartel structure, a business built on logistics, vertical integration, and extreme violence. If you want to see the next shadow organization we're exposing, click the video on your screen right now.